Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. Today we're gonna make a Father's Day card or a card for any man in your life, or actually any handy lady, doesn't matter, somebody that likes tools. I have a hard time with guy cards, and I came up with this idea for my husband's birthday card, and then I thought, well, why don't I make one for my dad's Father's Day? So the first thing we're gonna do is stamp out some of these tools, and these are from Technique Tuesday, and the set is called Tool Time, and it was from 2007. I don't know if it's still available, hopefully it is, but if not, you could find some clip art online, or there's lots of companies have tool themed stamps. So use what you have. If you don't have anything, look online for some free clip art. What I'm going to do here is use my markers to color the stamp, and I'm using water-based markers. These are Memento. The Mementos are my favorite. I also like Tombow. You can use Tim Holtz, you can use Stampin' Up. Whatever you have is fine. They'll all work just about the same. Even the Pitt India ink pens will work good for this. So I'm coloring in the handle of the hammer with this kind of medium brown color, and then I'm going to put some shadows on the side with this darker brown. And then this is a technique that I love, and I learned it from local King Rubber Stamps at the stamp show. She just takes a black marker. When she's all done, she just kind of dabs it here and there, and it just looks really cool. And I actually pre-stamped and cut out a bunch of other of the tools from this set, so you wouldn't have to watch me do that to all of them. And I'm using a Rock-a-Block from Crafter's Companion. I really like these curved mounts. I also have the Mega Mount from Impression Obsession. I really like them. They help me get a really nice impression. Alright, so there you can see my little hammer here, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut that out with my fine tip scissors. So I did this to a bunch of other ones, so you wouldn't have to watch me do all this. But I did want to show you this technique because I think it's really special, and you should give it a try. And this is just plain cheap white cardstock. I'm not using anything fancy for this. I apologize, I'm talking really fast. I don't know why, I just get excited when I craft, and I apologize because I do have viewers from other countries that have a hard time understanding what the heck I'm talking about. So I do apologize. And I'm sure there's a lot of people from the United States and Canada that have a hard time understanding me as well. So, oh, my apologies. I'm sorry about the fast talking. Maybe I should have been an auctioneer instead of an artist. I don't know. That'd be fun. Alright, oh, the second career pathway for me. Alright, so we got our little hammer cut out, and I have these other tools that I've stamped and cut out. I've used different colors, taking inspiration, of course, from the colors that tools come in. Alright, so what I did was I took a half sheet of cardstock, cut the hot dog way, and folded it in half, and I'm going to set that aside. We'll need that in a minute. I also used my embossing folders, and I cut a layering piece here, just a little bit smaller. So this would be about 4 inches by 5 1/4. And what I'm going to do, just to kind of make those diamonds stand out, this diamond plate embossing folder, I'm just going to kind of hit the edges with a little stays on. This cardstock is the metallic cardstock from Die Cuts with a View, and if I used regular dye-based ink, it wouldn't dry. So I'm using stays on for that. Remember, if you have a stays-on pad, put the little liner in before you close it up, otherwise it will dry out on you. And if it does get sticky and dry and you know there's plenty of ink in there, add a little denatured alcohol on there and it will perk it right up. And I'm going to just use a little bit of adhesive to attach this so it doesn't move, because I got some really cool brads I'm going to use on here, and I've found them various places. I've ordered some before. They're one of my favorite tool supplies actually, so I've ordered them a few different times from a few different places, and there I go talking fast again. I am sorry. Then that's crooked. That's crooked. I've already punched a hole. Oh well. It's going to be crooked, I guess. It'll just be a little bit more, I don't know, grungy. Yeah, distressed. It's distressed. Not distressing, it's just distressed. So these little screw top brads, you can get them from Oriental Trading. I found them from the Paper Wishes catalog. I think Eyelet Outlet also makes some. So if you just hunt around screw top brads, you'll find a company that sells them. I think on Oriental Trading they're called plus and minus brads, because the signs kind of look like plus signs or minus signs, little, Phillips or flathead screw tops. So you can do that, or if you get real desperate, you could find some screws and just use some bolt cutters and cut the tops off, but I think that's a little bit too much work, and it'd actually be kind of heavy and bulky on your card. Alright, so I wanted to have the look of pegboard since I have tools, so what I've done is I took a square of kraft cardstock and I just embossed it with my Swiss Dots embossing folder. I know most of you guys have this. Now to make a faux frame, this is kind of cool. I'm going to put some adhesive what I did was I cut a scrap of brown pattern paper, 1/4 of an inch larger than this scrap here. And when I move my white paper out of the way so you can kind of see this a little bit better, I'm going to center this on just like that. And then I'm going to cut the edges. So I want this pegboard to kind of look like it's been framed out. So it's fancy. It's fancy workshop pegboard. It's got, you know, fancy framing, mitered corners here. And I might need to trim that side down a little bit because I didn't really glue it on very well. I didn't really, yeah. And I'm just going to fold up these edges so I get a nice little mitered frame around it. And, you know, it's not going to be perfect, but, you know, if you're thinking of a pegboard in a workshop, it typically wouldn't be absolutely perfect anyway, so. There. And then to glue this down, I think I will use my tape runner. I'm just going to kind of get it right as close to the edge as I can, but I'm not going to worry if it goes over the pegs a little bit because it's going to be encased in the edge. So I pre-did a few, like the things like the embossing and stuff, because I didn't want this video to take forever. There we go. Just fold that down. There, I think it just gives it kind of a cool finished pegboardy look. Now, to put our tools on there, I want them to be like attached with pegs, and I keep wanting to turn this upside down because I keep forgetting that I'm actually filming this right side up now. And I am going to just arrange my tools out here. This is a little hole that I can hang from, so I'm going to punch that out. And I'm going to use some silver brads so it looks like silver pegs. You can use black or brown if you don't have silver. Be creative, use what you have. Or you can just glue them on. I mean, you don't have to use brads. And if you don't have brads, then just glue them. If you don't have an embossing folder that does dots, then you can just stamp on some polka dots or draw on some polka dots or something. Or use polka dotted pattern paper, you know, whatever, be creative. You don't have to have it, you know, it doesn't have to be exact. One thing that I find kind of helps though, you can actually poke through the holes you've embossed. They'll poke a little bit easier than just poking through the regular. And the regular cardstock will hang, I think he should hang upside down too, but I'll hang him over here. And just poke him with my pokey tool. And you may need to add a little bit of glue on some of these, like the hammer. I'm gonna use 2 brads to kind of hang the hammer. So that's I could use a bigger hole there. Even with my prep work, I still end up having these little bits of time where it's like, oh, dead video, dead air. That's not too, this would be, actually, if you do craft fairs and stuff, this would be nice to make these up right now because then you got a whole month to sell these for Father's Day. I got plenty of time to make them otherwise. Do my hammer up like this, and I'm going to do 2 brads underneath. I think I'm going to try to find 2 holes that I can actually poke if it works out right. Oh, I don't think it's going to. That's alright. That one will. So the Swiss dots doesn't make the perfect pegboard because, you know, the way they're offset, but who cares? They're still pretty cool. Close enough, I think. And that's the thing. You know, we worry about our cards not being perfect, but, you know, somebody's getting a handmade card, they don't really care if, you know, oh, that's last season's brad, or that brad is 10 years old, or it's not exactly the right color. Nobody cares except for you. Anybody receiving a handmade card is just like, yay. You could put like a gift certificate to Lowe's or, you know, any home garden center. That would be much appreciated, I think. Hopefully we can fit this hammer in there. There we go. And that will need a little glue on the back, so what I'm going to do is use my Mod Podge and my little pokey tool. Again, I'm just going to use that to put some glue on the back. I have a hard time with glue with squeeze bottles for some reason. I always seem to, they always seem to get clogged up on me, or that my kids borrow them and I can't find them. So I like the Mod Podge. It seems to glue really well and it dries nice and clear. Now the screwdriver, I think maybe I'll just glue him down. Easy as can be. And this Mod Podge does dry pretty quick, so that's another good thing I like about it. And then you can even let that dry on the tool there, and you can, you know, peel it off later. So don't worry about that. It's not that strong of a glue. All right, so there's our little pegboard, And here's our card. And so that's just going to go on there. And I stamped a little, just this little tile. And I was just kind of playing around because can you believe that I do not have a Happy Father's Day stamp? Honestly, can you believe it? Because I can't. I couldn't believe it. I was like going through all my sentiments, going through the different sets that I have that would be like dad inspired, and not a single Father's Day stamp. I couldn't believe it. So I'm putting adhesive on the background because I have wet glue and I don't want to flip it over. And I'm just going to stick that down there. That ATG stuff holds really well. The tip, if you have the ATG gun, you just want to get a couple rolls at a time, Amazon has them, the 2 packs of the ATG brand for $6 and free shipping. So I'm not affiliated or anything, but I thought that was a pretty good deal. I'm going to use some foam squares to put my little father sentiment on there. So I used a mix match of different sets on that. The father label came from Oriental Trading many years ago, in a set of family stamps, and the tape measure is from this set from Technique Tuesday, and the schematic background, which is really handy. That's also from Technique Tuesday. That's a more recent stamp, so that's 2011, so hopefully it's still available. Hopefully these are all still available. So there's our card. So then I went ahead and I made an envelope with my Create Elope template, and I had some left over. So what I did was I cut a panel for the inside of my card. Now I could put it there, and I could cover up my brads if I wanted to. That really doesn't bother me. I know some people like to line that. I do have more paper if I do decide I want to line that, but I thought it'd be kind of cool to put this on the inside of my card like that. Oops. Oh, that's the only thing I don't like about the ATG is sometimes it doesn't grab to the paper very well, and then I end up getting it all gunked up on the inside. That's happened to me a few times. Pretty sure it's user error though, and not the machine, as most things are. And then I'm just going to stick this down here, and I'll have a little place to write a message, and it's a little, it's kind of nice. And I actually could run over and grab the extra paper that was left over from my envelope and line the other side. Why don't I do that? I will pause it and not make you wait. Hang on. Are we rolling? I do not know. What did I do here? Huh. I think we're rolling. I can't see the time on my camera, so anyway, I'm just going to assume that we are. So I found, while I was over there getting my paper, I found this cool stamp, and I think I'm going to stamp that onto the border here. I think that would be kind of cool. I wonder if I can manage that with this block. I think I need my other block, so why don't I hold off on that for a second. I also found this paper from the other card that I made the other day, so I think I'll actually use that because I like the contrast a little bit better. So, oh, what am I? Or maybe the camera was rolling the entire time I was over there cutting paper. Boy, that'd be kind of a drag. I guess I better watch this one back before I make it live, huh? So let me just put that there. All right, and honestly, I should have another stamping block around here. I'm gonna have you hold on one more second. Oh my god. All right, here we go. I got a stamping block. Oh my goodness. This is just, I might have to do this video over. We will see, won't we? Oh boy. I'm just going to ink up this stamp with my stays on. Actually, you know what? I'm changing my mind already on that one because that stamp needs a little help. It's too sticky. The ink is too sticky. So I'm just going to use my brush marker here. Hopefully it doesn't do anything weird to it now that I got both inks on there. And I gotta breathe on it just to make sure it does moisten up the ink. Oh yeah, I kind of like that. Do some more with that, another pass through with that black. And we'll continue that border all the way off. This is also Technique Tuesday. This one was one of those 2007 stamps. They must have released them at the same time. I don't know where I got mine, if it was Joann's or online or what, but if you want to keep an eye out for them there. It's kind of just a grungy border. I like how it also kind of mimics that distressed edge up there. Let's close the card and take a look. I like this. I think this is kind of fun, and it's a lovely Father's Day card, or you could make it a happy birthday. I mean, right now it's just a father card, so you could use it for whichever thing you wanted to. I want to thank you so much for watching. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and until next time, happy crafting.